difficulties 101. So here's a question for you. How many people do you know right this minute who say they need to lose weight or they want to lose weight? Now, you may be wondering what this question has to do with marriage, but the actual answer to that question probably is you know a lot of people who say that they want to lose weight, but how many of them are doing it? And it's the same thing about marriage. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm Lesli Dories, your marriage coach, creator of Foundations Coaching and the Hero Husband Project. And so here's the deal. If you know that you want to have a better marriage and are ready to take action now, then please just go ahead, put a comment down below, direct message me, or send me an email at Lesli, Lesli, at foundationscoachingnc.com. That's FOUNDATIONS, coaching, N as in Nancy, C as in Charlie.com. But here's the thing. Now, I remember many, many years ago, I wanted to lose weight. And my trainer told me, you have to change your diet. And I thought, well, that's crazy. I actually eat fairly healthily. And so, I was happy with what I was doing. And she actually also told me that I wasn't eating enough, which to me just sounded insane because calories in, calories out. I'm supposed to eat less, right? So I didn't follow her advice. And then several years later, when I was really serious about losing weight, I hired a coach, and working with her, I lost 20 pounds. Now, I don't stay exactly on what she told me to do, but I'm still pretty close because I was given the tools and I implemented them. And that's what's not happening with people, maybe you, who say you want a better marriage, but you're actually not taking any action. Or maybe you're taking action, but it's the wrong action, meaning like what I would have been doing about needing to eat more, which again still made no sense to me, but it worked. And you're doing the right things, because what happens is we think we know what works when it comes to our relationships. But if you want a better marriage, doing the same thing that you're doing now isn't going to get you there. And it's also not going to get you there if you're doing it inconsistently, which is what happens with a lot of people. And this was brought home to me earlier this week when I was working with a couple, and they had a big blow up because they didn't use the skills that they know work. Now, they've used them in the past, so they actually do know that they work. But at this particular point in time, they were not using the skills. Things blew up, and now they're back in a really, really bad place. And they've even acknowledged that they weren't using the skills. And I'm going to tell you, you can be a fantastic coach. You can provide all the skills and tools and support that you can. But if the people don't use them, they're not going to make progress. And I'm going to tell you, nothing hurts more than working with somebody who knows what to do, but they're not doing it. And believe me, I'm not standing in judgment on that, because that's not it. But if you want to make real progress in anything, learning what works and consistently applying it is the only way forward. And in marriage, it's tough because you have a built-in scapegoat. You have somebody else that is contributing to the situation that you can point to. And that's exactly what happened with my clients. They each were doing their part in the pattern that they know doesn't work. And so I frequently will hear, well, my partner made me mad, so I had to explode back at them. yes, it may actually be true that something that your partner is doing you do not like, it upsets you, it frustrates you, it makes you angry, it hurts your feelings, and so on and so on. Absolutely 100% true. However, they cannot make you do anything. If you explode in return, it's because you've chosen to. Now, I'm not saying it's an easy choice, nor am I saying it's a conscious choice, but it is a choice. Okay. Just like with me, where I don't have certain things in my house because in my weaker moments, I will go eat them. You have to have a way of not engaging in behavior that you know is harmful. Now, unlike me, where I actually don't have to have cookies in my house, your spouse is going to be in your house. And they may very well continue to be doing the things that maybe you've asked them not to do, or maybe that, that just hit that trigger point, that button that just makes you go, right? But ultimately, the choice not to behave in an unproductive way is what is going to move you forward. Now, what I'm going to say is a lot of people who have never talked to a marriage professional or a relationship professional don't know what works and what doesn't work. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of research out there we actually do know, and some of it is counterintuitive to what you've been told, right? So just like my trainer telling me I needed to eat more calories, which really made no sense to me, working with somebody who knows what makes relationships work, they can tell you. And even if it sounds completely backwards, if you follow their advice and you do it consistently, you're actually going to see progress, right? It's why soccer teams practice corner kicks, and tennis players practice their serves, and golfers practice their swings and their putts. They do it over and over again. And the people who are really good at it have coaches who can stand outside and watch them and see, oh, you're lifting your shoulder here, or you're not, you're using your full range of motion. We can't see our own blind spots. We can't see what part of the habit that we've developed needs to change. And that's what people like me do. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get that, right? But if you truly, 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 truly want a better relationship, right? And and are willing and ready to actually take action, then please do so. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. One of those things that sounds counterintuitive, your partner doesn't need to do it with you. Now, sometimes it's easier if both of you are ready to do it. But here's the deal. You're not always ready at the same time. And one of you doing the right things, doing the things that work consistently will change the pattern. So you don't even have to wait for your partner. Okay? So if any of this sounds interesting, and if you truly are ready to go from talking about it, or more to the point, probably complaining about it, and actually want to make it better, then I really do invite you to get in touch with me and schedule a free 20-minute discovery session where we'll talk about what's going on and then talk about what moving forward would look like. And again, you can put a comment down below. You can direct message me, or again, send me an email to Lesli, Lesli, at foundationscoachingnc.com. And the question becomes, and Dr. Phil, love him or hate him, has always said that the only thing worse than being in a bad relationship for 5 years is being in a bad relationship for 5 years and one day. So, what is going to get you to take action, right? Because this is your life, this is your marriage, and you and it are worth it. So, until next week, stay loving.